Assalamu alaikum Bokai. Welcome back to the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel. Today guys, I have a brand new segment on our YouTube channel called the recap. The recap is a weekly show where we will discuss and summarize the weekend performance, the key performance of Gambian professional players playing abroad. So today is the first episode of this segment called the recap. So today we're going to cover the weekend actions, starting from Friday to Monday, the games that took place and the main performance, the main Gambian players who performed over this week. So we try to sum it up in about 10 minutes, you know. Um, so you will have to pardon me, guys, because this is the first time we are doing this one. But hopefully, you guys will like it. And yes, the comment section is open. Please give us your comments on how you think we can improve this particular segment, and also let us know who was who impressed you the most, which Gambian professional player impressed you the most over the course of the week. Of course, it's not just about the performance of players, but if we have any key news that happened over the week, then we will add it to the recap. And today we will start with a very sad news, or a very not the most positive news. That is our boy Yankuba Minteh. We know he was in action over the course of the week for Feyenoord. They won their game 4-0. He started the game. He was not involved in any goals. But he left the pitch through injury, which is not a good side to see. And if you go to the Feyenoord official website, they have revealed that the injury is a muscle injury, and Yankuba Minteh is now going to be out for a few weeks. Now. Let's say that is at least more than 2 weeks. If they say a few weeks, it's not going to be 1 week. So we expect not to have him at least for 2 weeks. So let's put it that way. And we know Gambia have two very important games in the next 3 weeks or so. Like just over 3 weeks, Gambia have to play Ivory Coast. Gambia have to play Burundi in the World Cup qualifier. So to see one of our best players, like one of our most best performing players so far this season, Yankuba Minteh, getting injured is something that is very, 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 unfortunate, and a big blow for Feyenoord, but a big blow for Yankuba Minteh himself, and a big blow for the national team of the Gambia, because we all know how important this kid has become over the one game that he has represented the Gambia competitively. So yeah, this is a very, unfortunate one, but yeah, we are wishing him all the best. Hopefully, he will recover very soon, and get back to his best, and even more stronger. So we are wishing Yankuba Minteh all the best in his recovery to injury. Yeah, it's sad because, like, I'm sure every Gambian every week is looking forward to Yankuba Minteh playing, and so to see him out for a few weeks is not something that we will take very lightly. But anyways, let's just wish him the best, and then let him take his time, recover as best as he could, and then come back. You don't need to rush him. He's still a 19-year-old boy, so they need to take care of him very well. And I believe his club, that is Feyenoord, who will take care of him in this case, will do all the due diligence to make sure that he is back to 100% when he come back on the pitch. So we have to be patient now and wait for him to come back from this blow. Of course, football, it comes with this, comes with injuries, comes with good days and good difficult days, bad days, and all those kind of things. So it's the nature of a footballer. So we have to live with it. But let's just wish him all the best on his recovery back to fitness. Yeah, that's the start. Next one we will talk about is Modlamin Sonko. Modlamin Sonko, of course, he's a Swedish by birth. He was born in Sweden, but through to Gambian parents. So if you see the name, you will know that he is like his parents are from at least from our region. Yeah, his dad is from the Gambia, and he's just 18 years old. This weekend, he scored a hat trick and created an assist against Norrköping. Norrköping is the team that Jesper Cisse plays for. Jesper Cisse was not available in this game. He was suspended through yellow card, accumulation of yellow cards. But Kali was there. Yaya Kali was there, the left wing back, who is also a potential Gambian representative, because I can remember he was invited to the national team at some point. So yeah, Molamin Sonko is having an exceptional season, and we know he can represent Gambia, even though the chances are very slim with the progression he's showing in his career. The chances might be very slim, because I'm sure Sweden will take notice of his performances and they will want to integrate him into their senior squad as soon as possible. He has already represented them at youth level. But again, he has not represented Sweden yet. He has not represented the senior team yet. So the fact that he has Gambian parents, or he has Gambian dad, that gives us a chance for him to represent the Gambia. But of course, we have to do our work, from the federation to the coach managing the team. So yeah, he's a player having an exceptional season. 10 goals contribution in the league in 20 matches he played. For an 18-year-old, that is exceptional. If you look at, he has contributed goals and assists in the Champions League, in the Europa League qualifiers, and as well as in their cup competition. So far in the season, he has about 14 goal involvement in total. So for an 18-year-old to get this kind of numbers, they are unheard of. So he seems like a special player. I watched him the first time. I thought he was an exceptional left-footed player, another Yankuba Minteh we are talking about. And then I watched this game. I saw the goals he scored. Every goal he scored was his right-footed. So it seems like he is like double-footed. He used his left and his right foot with equal measures, because like some of the goals he scored prior to the hat-trick were like with his left foot, some thunderbolts with his left foot. And yes, like this weekend he was just using his right foot. The hat-trick was all goals from his right foot. So I don't know which foot he is at this moment, because initially I thought it was left and then he scored with the right. But he's having an exceptional season with Hakens. They are in the Europa League, and let's keep an eye on this one, and we hope that he chooses Gambia over Sweden. As a selfish Gambian, I will hope that he does that. Even though like the prospect of playing for Sweden are much higher, and all those kind of things, which I am realistic about. But as a Gambian, I'm selfishly wanting him to represent our country because of the talent that he is. So please keep an eye on him. He is having an exceptional season. And the next player we would like to update on is Yus. Yeah, Yus has a very, very good game this weekend. He scored a brace against Al Shamal for Armakia. This is their first win of the season. So by the club standards, they haven't had a great start to the season so far. But if you look at Yus's numbers, he has played 9 games for the club since he moved in the summer, and he has scored 7 goals. So in terms of his, like, for his personal, personally, Yus is having a very, very good season with Al Makia, even though the club is not having the best of start to the season. So long may it continue for Yusuf Njai. Of course, we remember last season he had an exceptional season with Bovista, scoring more about 14 goals or 12 goals in all competition. And he's just continuing where he left off from last season. And another player having a very good impact this week was Aliou Djiba. Aliou Djiba came off the bench for Paide in the 58th minute and then scored the winning goal, ended up landing the man of the match award. Of course, we know Aliou Djiba, under 20, he was a very key player for them in the in the WAFU competition and in the African Cup of Nations competition. But controversially, in the World Cup, he was missing. He was not selected in the final 23 man. And then, he was selected as a standby, but he ended up, withdrawing his participation in the World Cup. But we see that he's having a very good start to his career in Paide in Estonia, coming off the bench scoring. Of course, he haven't started enough games, or he haven't played a lot of minutes since he moved. He only played about 6 games, most of the time coming off the bench. So coming off the bench this time, scoring an exceptional goal, chest and half volley, I think will not do him any harm in making sure he get more minutes going forward. So yeah, that was a very good performance from Aliou Djiba, man of the match performance. Keep it up, boy. Keep it up. Next player we look at is Badamosi. Badamosi, of course, we know when he moved to Saudi, he scored on his debut an exceptional goal against Al Nassr. Ronaldo's Al Nassr, Sadio Mane Al Nassr, he scored an exceptional goal, long range, about 40 yards, thunderbolt. But since then, he has, warned off. Of course, after that, he came to the national team, scored the most important goal in the history of Gambia, like I used to say. But since then, his goals has dried up until this weekend. He scored, and coincidentally, his friend Musa Barrow was there in attendance to watch him score his second goal in the Saudi Pro League. Musa Barrow himself was in action a day earlier for Al Tawoun against Al Ittihad. That game ended in a draw 1-1, but Barrow was very, very good, very unlucky in that game. Hit the post twice, hit the woodwork twice, the post and the bar, one long range effort. So it was just an unfortunate circumstance for him. But to see him one day after going to support his boy, this is beautiful. This is what we want to see. We want to see our Gambian players loving each other, supporting each other, and like they say, maybe his presence, give Badamosi that confidence to come and score again. So these kind of things are something that are very beautiful to see, and hopefully long may it continue, and long may the form of Badamosi and Musa Barrow continue. Another player in Saudi was Hassan Cisse. He was in action on Friday against Al Nassr, Ronaldo's Al Nassr. But for him, it was a game to forget, to be honest. He had an exceptional, he had a lot of chances, I would say. He had a lot of opponents, about 3 opponents, 2 in the first half, 1-on-1, 1v1 situations with the goalkeeper, and he squandered all the chances. It was not just to be for him. And that frustration landed him into getting a yellow card late on in the game when he was booked for dissent. But I understand it was his frustration for missing those chances, for not taking his chances, which can happen in football. If you are a striker, there are days that no matter what you do, the ball will not end at the back of the net, no matter what you do. And that was just one of those days for Hassan Cisse, and he has to take that at heart, and then hopefully, continue to be in the positions that he be in. Like I always say, for me personally, I like to see strikers, if you are a forward player, be in the positions to score goals. And if you are being there regularly, of course, the goals will come. That is as important as converting the chances, as far as I am concerned, because that is another art to get in the end of get at the end of things, get in the positions where you have good chances of scoring goals. So it was just a bad day at the office for Hassan Cisse. He should just put that one under the carpet and then move on to the next one. Yeah, it was a difficult one for him, but that was it. Next, we look at Mofal, another player who has the potential to represent the Gambia at the international level. Mofal, unlike Modlamin Sonko, he is also eligible. Unlike Modlamin Sonko, he's born in the Gambia, but he has dual nationality, I would say now, because right now, his nationality is registered as English. So he has the option to represent England or represent Gambia. But we have seen him in the past, just before we went to the Under-20 World Cup, where he had an interview with Mbaye Kamara and Habib Fall. He did mention that he was ready to represent the Gambia. So he was very open to representing the Gambia. But unfortunately, the Under-20 did not consider him for selection at that time, like Bojang's team, which is understandable because, of course, if you remember well, the World Cup, the African Cup of Nations, there were about 28-man squad that Lai Boyang went with. And then going to the World Cup, he was only limited to 23-man squad, and he chose the option to stick to the players that he selected in the African Cup of Nations to go with them in the World Cup. So maybe that was why the reason he did not consider Mofal. But yes, the door is still open for him. Now he's doing an exceptional job in the championship, or not in the champion, like in League 2, where of course many Gambian players have thrived and they have come to the national team and done an exceptional job. He's doing an exceptional job there. He scored a very, very, very good goal this weekend. That was a cheeky goal. He lobbed the ball over the keeper. Very good goal for a big man like him, like his build. You look at him, you say, okay, this target man and stuff like that, he's gonna use his head. But the boy is so good on the ground as well as he's very good in the air. So he has attributes. He's fast, he's powerful, and then he's very good in the air. So he has top attributes for to become a very, very good striker. And I think the Gambia should pounce on him now that he has given us his word that he's ready to represent the country. I think the country should do all they could to consider and integrate him into the squad. But that's not my decision to make. That's the coach's decision to make. I just hope that from my personal perspective that they are looking at him as a player. So far this season, this month, October alone, he has scored 3 goals in 4 starts for Doncaster Rovers in the League 2. And in total, he has scored 5 goals since he went there on loan. He only started 8 8 games, 5 goals in 8 matches. That is a very, very good tally to have. Like, he's averaging more than 1 goal every start for him. So yeah, he's a player we should look at. Of course, he's on loan from West Bromwich Albion, one of the championship team. We all know West Bromwich Albion. They have been in the Premier League for many years, going up and down the Premier League and the Champions League, bouncing from there. So Fall, yeah, I'm sure like his ceiling is very high as a player. He can reach a very, very high level of performance, and you don't want him to reach a performance where England will start considering him. Of course, England is very competitive, but he's still a very young player. He's a 20-year-old player. If he's doing very good in the League Two, going to Championship, start doing very well, then England will start considering him for their youth teams. And who knows how much he's gonna progress, and he can have a chance. So the Gambia should really pounce on him. Now that he has expressed his will to represent the country, we should not waste that chance, in my opinion. Another player who has the potential to represent Gambia, another striker, is Sidi Jata. Sidi Jata plays for SK Stormgrass. SK Stormgrass. So this one, shout out to Fodefo. I got the information from his post recently. So yeah, he got his first goal for Stormgrass in the Austrian league. He scored an equalizer in their last game. He's been considered in the first 4 minutes, and then he equalized in the 13th minute. And they ended up winning the game 2-1. They are at the top of the Austrian league. We all know the Austrian league is an exceptional league. It's a very, very good league in terms of level. We all know the players that have come from there. Players like Haaland, they all came from there. Timo Werner, they have played in the Austrian league. Players like Sadio Mane, Naby Keita, all these players started their football playing played some part of their career in the Austrian league before they moved to other levels. And he is having a very good season. They are at the top of the league. They are ahead of Salzburg. They are ahead of Lask. So he's also another 20-year-old. And according to Fo, he is ready to represent the Gambia, even though he has represented Norway at every youth level so far, from under 17, under 18, under 19 to under 21. He has represented Norway. But according to the report from Fo, he said Sidi Jata is ready to represent the Gambia, and he's playing at the very good level. So these are the kind of players we should tap into. As a Gambian, I'm always gonna want my players to come to Gambia, but of course, if you compare the Gambia and the countries they can represent, Norway, Sweden, these countries are in a better shape. And if you are advising a player as an advisor, you would rather they play for those, but to be honest, from a selfish point of view, I want him to play for Gambia. But the Gambia have to put their things together, put their house in order, so that they can attract these kind of players. It is up to us, the Gambia, to open the door, create the platform for these players to be willing to come and represent the Gambia. I hope the GFF, they are working on this. They are thinking about this kind of initiative, how they can attract players. Even Tom, as a coach, they are working on those kind of things, because these players, they are Gambians at the end of the day. They are just not born in the Gambia, or they are born in the Gambia and then they move to Europe. So we have to find ways to attract them. We have already lost Oscar Bob. Of course, he was not born in the Gambia, but he was born to a Gambian dad. We have lost Alexander Bart to Denmark. Of course, he's also a Gambian, but he was not born in the Gambia. And there's a lot other players that have the potential to represent Gambia. But maybe we have not created a platform. Players like what is his name? The goalkeeper Njai, Amin Njai. When they interviewed Lamin Njai about that, he said it was about, we have to set our stadiums right, and then we have to create the platforms. Those are the things that we are talking about. There is this player from Bray, that Mahdi Kamara. Tom has approached him, but he has not decided yet. Cody Drame. All these players, to attract them, we have to make our house, we have to put our house in order. And I will challenge GFF in this regard, and the coach, to make sure that we have created platforms so that players like Senegal are doing it very well. Iliman Jai here and there, Senegal are doing it. Even their captain, what is his name? Minister of Defense, Kalidou Koulibaly, he represented France at youth levels. But in the end, he represented Senegal, because Senegal created the platform for these players to come and play. So you don't just expect to be at the level we are at, or at the standard we set for ourselves at this moment, and then we expect to attract these players. We have to try to raise our standard. So this one, I'm urging GFF, government, the management of the Gambia team, to work on it, because we need everyone as a country. We need the better players. We need the best players playing for our country. If it is a player who is half Gambian, half another country, they are Gambian. For me personally, they are Gambian. We have to consider them as Gambian, and then we get the best players available and then bring them to play for the country. That is all we are looking for. We want to win, and football is a cruise sport. Like, if somebody is better than you, you gotta sit on the bench and then that one come, or you have to be dropped and then that player come. So it's a competitive game. You have to accept it, and we have to work on that aspect. Next, I will talk about Baukat Gay. Baukat Gay, he had a very funny situation because of, we know he's the number one for Thompson Feed in the national team. But prior to our Congo game in the African Cup of Nations qualifiers, Baukat Gay was not playing club football. He has not played a club football since July. But fortunately, he's back into the starting lineup. This weekend was his first league start since July. And he kept a clean sheet. Just during the international break too, they had a cup game in Bulgaria. He started that game. He also kept a clean sheet. So in 2 games now, he has kept a clean sheet, which is a very good thing. It's a positive thing for him. It seems he has regained the number 1 spot in his club, which is very important for the Gambia going into our World Cup qualifiers, going into our African Cup of Nations. We want to have our number 1 goalkeeper playing. We don't want to have our number 1 goalkeeper sitting on the bench like he was doing. Yeah, because it is quite obvious that he is the number 1 goalkeeper for Thompson Fit. So seeing him playing and keeping clean sheets again, that is something that is a very, very big boost for the national team. Not only him, other goalkeepers like Stek, that is Ibrahim Adjajo, who has not been in the squad for a while, and Sibi, who has not been in the national team since the African Cup of Nations. They also kept a clean sheet this week. So it is good to see Gambian goalkeepers doing well, keeping clean sheets. When we do our monthly team of the month, usually the goalkeeper is usually a position that you cannot see, the level is not usually high. Of course, Tech has hit some levels, but last month we did not have any goalkeeper to perform at a very good level. So we had to perform like best of the worst we have to pick. So to see them keeping clean sheets, week in, week out, making saves, and being talked about, those kind of things, those are also very positive to see our goalkeepers. They are doing well in their respective clubs. Other players, Bambalai, he also got an assist. That was his 2nd assist of the season. And then Mamadou Bajo, he also played in Port de Brova in their 5-0 win. He also got an assist. And final one is Bojang, Adama Bojang, we know he's yet to make his professional debut, his competitive professional debut. In the international break, he made his senior debut for Rem in their friendly game, and he scored a goal, which is a huge positive. And then if you look at his goal tally for their youth teams, it's about 11 goals he has scored so far, scoring 2 hat-tricks, and one time he's scoring 4 goals, something like that. He's having an exceptional start to his life in France, but of course the coach is taking it easy with him. We all know he's a young player, even though he has sold out the country, Gambia, in youth level and all those kind of. But now he's in the big boys. He's playing big man football. So the better prepared he is, the better. Like, the more prepared he is, the better. And the coach, it seems the start the rank coach is taking a step at a time. We can see just before the international break, he was included in their overall squad ahead of a weekend fixture in League One, but he did not make the final cut of 18-man squad. And then after the international break, when he played and scored in the friendly game, he was included in the 18-man squad, but he did not come off the bench. Now the next step we will be hoping for is now he's on the bench again and then get some minutes, 10 minutes, and then he started having impact in games, play in the cup games, having impact in those games, and then he will be ready when the coach really needs him. So I really like the way the coach is working with him. Of course, I know we are all eager. I'm included. All Gambians are eager to see him playing. Everybody will watch him, just like we love to watch Yankuba Minteh. Understand? But like, it is better to have a ready player than to have rust a player when he is not ready. So let's be patient, guys. I'm gonna be patient, and whenever the coach thinks it's the best time to bring him in, I'm all in with the coach, and I can't wait for that day to see him wear the Stade de Rem jersey and make his competitive professional debut. I cannot wait for that day, guys. I can't wait. And guys, that is what I have for you guys today. Like I say, this is the recap. So we will have the recap every Monday or Tuesday. and to recap the weekend actions. And then on Friday to recap the midweek actions. So the recap will be whole two times a week. Let's see how it goes. This is a new thing. I don't know if I can keep up with it, but I will do my best to keep up with it. And let me know, guys, in the comment section what your thoughts are. How do you think I can improve this segment? What do you think I should add on this segment? Of course, I cannot cover the whole Gambian professional players. We have more than 150 players, so I will just try to capture the main ones, the main performance, the key performances of the week, or the key news that happened on a particular game week, and then give it to you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Who impressed you the most this weekend? Which Gambian player impressed you the most? And of course, there were also some other players like Bah at Roma, the youth team. He scored a couple of games. Alassana Jatta, he scored a couple of games for Viborg, even though it was for their youth team as well, because they were having a senior game in the weekend, but he was not playing. I don't know why he was playing for the youth team instead of the senior team. I don't know if it is because of injury or it's because of he's lacking matches. So I don't know the answer to that, but he did play for the youth team, scoring 2 goals, which helped his cause to get back into the senior team, to get back his minutes, to get back his stats into the senior team. And the more the better. Yeah, guys. And also Aliso, I forget to mention Aliso. He also returned back from his injury. We know last African Cup of Nations qualifiers he was injured and he could not make it with the squad. He had operation on his hand, on his wrist. Now he's back to club action. He played some minutes this weekend, which is also another option for Tom to consider, especially coming with the international break coming. And as we know, we may not have Yankuba Minteh because he's out for several weeks. How long is that several weeks? It's up in the air. I don't know how long it is, but I will guess it's at least 2 weeks. That is what I can tell you. It's at least 2 weeks, because if they say several, it cannot be 1 week. Okay, so at least 1 week he's gonna be out for, and we know Gambia plays in 3 weeks time or in 4 weeks time maximum. So let's wait and see how that one pans out, and let's wait and see what happens. So we'll be back again on Friday for the midweek action. There's the Champions League, Europa League, and the European Conference League. All the performance we will bring it to you. We bring it for you guys. Yes. Until next week, guys. Please have a good day and good night, guys.